Commander Kane bellowed, springing antelope-like into the line of fire, allowing the small arms fire to wash over him. His ECM easily dealt with the buzz bombs tossed his way. Don't just stand there, charge! His graphic demonstration of superior priority emboldened the soldiers with him, who finally stopped cowering and charged forward. A quick sweep of their lasers dispatched the drone turrets, and they breached the outer doors without trouble. Demolition Specialist Talia answered when prompted. "Make me a hole," Kane insisted. Despite protests, his troops followed suit, albeit tentatively. "These Marines aren't the hardened commandos I'm used to leading," Kane growled, "but needs must." As they encountered resistance, Kane led the charge, destroying drones and buzz bombs with ease. Radar informed him they were on the last level. "Demolitions," he growled again as they approached the large secure door. Despite their hesitance, the squad followed his orders, though not as swiftly as he'd like. As the door began to open, Kane readied a grenade volley, then paused as a hologram shimmered to life, indicating surrender. "Be ready for anything," he warned, then bounded through the gap. Inside, the cultists, unarmed but bearing their teeth in what his armor identified as a display of friendliness or humor, surrounded a strange apparatus in the room. He whirled upon them, recognizing the scientists. The most senior among them began to emit an odd barking sound, which his armor identified as laughter. "You're too late," Dr. Morrow said. "It's already active." Kane glanced back at the strange, brain-hurting contraption, then jammed his G-muzzle into Morrow's face. "It's a time machine," the soldiers murmured uneasily. Time machines were myth and legend, not something they expected to encounter. "One." "How long?" Kane demanded. "About a minute," Morrow replied, grin widening just enough to confirm it. "Whatever mad plan you had, it ends here," Kane declared, eyeing the swirling vortex. "No, nothing is going to come out of it," Morrow insisted. "It's going to be destroyed in a couple of minutes, and that will be the end of it." The people in the shielded room were walking violations of laws against immortality and cybernetic augmentation. They were the shadow government of the human race, beyond the control of any authority. "The project was successful," one of them announced. The Oracle transmitted a staggering amount of information in the 5 minutes it was operational. The revelation sent them into fits of nervous giggling, which gradually escalated into hysterical laughter. After a few minutes, the room fell silent once more. "We've won," one of them whispered to the dying Kane, who sensed his impending death. He sat on the red desert rock, his fur whip-like legs curled beneath him. "I come to rejoin you," he thought, slipping the euthanasia tab under his tongue. As his mind slipped away, his final regret was that they never discovered who was behind the time machine. Suddenly, he found himself wide awake and healthy, still sitting on the red desert rocks, gazing into the rising sun. "Is this the afterlife?" he wondered aloud. "Yes and no," a human replied, standing in front of him. Kane recognized him as Dr. Morrow. "You were executed for crimes against science," Kane muttered, unable to convince himself otherwise. "Do you know what the cool thing about time machines is?" Morrow asked, ignoring Kane's question. "They allow for a computer of literally infinite power." Morrow explained how a time machine, even if it exists for only 5 minutes, can simulate all possible universes and combinations of atoms and physical laws, including the one that created the time machine in the first place. He added, allowing the bombshell to sink in. Kane struggled to follow. "So how does that lead to this?" he asked, bewildered. "It's quite simple, really," Morrow replied. "Since the time machine is running a perfect simulation of its own universe, it's also running a perfect copy of everyone in that universe. So while an instance of you died in the external universe, the instance running in the simulation was preserved. So I'm just a copy. The real me is dead," Kane slumped. "You're a copy, but you're not just a copy," Morrow explained. "You haven't died any more than a computer program ceases to exist when a copy of it is deleted." "Why rescue me? Why not?" Kane trailed off. Morrow simply grinned in response. "Oh, you're resurrecting everyone," Kane realized, across all possible universes. "Yes," Morrow confirmed with a laugh. "Could I see my family again?" Kane asked. "Only a thought away," Morrow replied, vanishing. Kane stood up, feeling time indeterminate yet somehow shorter. He conjured a simple wooden door in the middle of the red desert and stepped through into eternity.